guys, it's Kathy. I do apologise if I appear, I don't know, dark or washed out, but the weather is terrible. Feels like it's been raining for weeks, but we've just had an absolute deluge. I actually looked at some figures the other day, and where I live has received over 1 metre of rain just this year. So just in a couple of months we've gotten over 1 metre of rain, so fairly impressive. Regular for this season, but still impressive, but needless to say I'm kind of sick of the rain. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Today I am bringing you a review on one of the palettes I bought, and it is Meet Matte Nude by theBalm. And for those of you who haven't seen the video where I talked about this, I'll put a link up here. I recently received this, would be about 3 weeks ago now, and I've basically just been using it non-stop. So I might have a fair idea about what I'm going to give it as a review. It's very, very good. Highly impressed. So the first thing I will note is, I'm sure what everybody has noted, is the size difference in size between the Matte Nude palette and the original Meet Matte. So, as you can see, Meet Matte, the original, is considerably smaller than the Meet Matte Nude. And in terms of the quantity of eyeshadows, there we go, you get 9.5 grams in the original Meet Matte palette, and in Meet Matte Nude you get 25.5 grams. So there's a huge increase, more than double, and there's the same number of eyeshadows. So it's just the eyeshadow size has been increased. Obviously from the name, Meet Matte Nude, these are all going to be nude colours. And as with all the Balm's packaging, he's very cute. He's in, well, what we would assume to be is he's naked. Same with all the Balm's packaging. It's just cardboard held together with a magnetic clasp. It has a nice sized mirror, which mine needs a bit of a clean. And then you've got the eyeshadows. And they are... needless to say, they're all neutral colours, but they've got a range of both warm side and cool side neutrals, so this palette will work for any body skin tone. I'll quickly run through the shadows. You've got Matte Johnson, Matte Garcia, Matte Malloy, Matte Rosen, Matte Wood, Matte Singh, Matte Abdul, Matte Lombardi, and Matte Hung. And I have gone through and swatched these, so I'll go through and describe them to you. Matte Johnson is a mid to dark grey. Matte Garcia is a mid-toned warm brown. Matte Malloy is it's almost a white cream. Matte Rosen is a mid to light normal brown. Matte Wood is a very dark true brown. Matte Singh is sort of a peachy brown beige. Matte Abdul is a very muted grey taupe. Matte Lombardi is more of a yellow cream. Yellow beige. And Matte Hung it's a taupe, but it has actually deeper purple undertones, and it's a mid-tone. So as far as the quality goes, you probably could have seen by those swatches that they go on buttery smooth. These shadows are really creamy. They are so much better than what I got in the original Meet Matte palette. I'm still trying to decide if I wound up with a dud, because I have seen some reviews which praised the original Meet Matte shadows, so I'm kind of thinking I got a defective product. If that's the case, a bit of a disappointment, but it's probably better than everybody being disappointed with crap shadows. So in terms of pigmentation, the dark shadows obviously swatch better. The light ones, they can be a bit patchy at times, and particularly the Matte Malloy, which is the light cream, has a tendency for a bit of fallout. But with matte shadows, because they're so much harder to create anyway, that's on the expected, so that wasn't too much of a surprise. What I was surprised about was the staying power. These things last. I always use a primer, but I have them on all day at work and they're not moving. They just stay there. So I was incredibly impressed with them. I did actually try these while I was on a little bit of a weekend away before I had my operation. And we had a jacuzzi, which was heated to over 40 degrees Celsius, and myself and a friend, we both decided to use this palette and see how it tested staying power. So we actually were in the jacuzzi pretty well the entire day, but we had this palette on, we had some of the eyeshadows on, and they didn't come off. Even in the very, very hot temperature of the jacuzzi, they did not sweat off, which was, we were rather impressed, because we were thinking that within a couple of hours they would just sweat right off our faces. So we were very impressed with that particular test of the eyeshadows. I also like the fact that with the mixture of warm shades and cool shades, you can really sort of mix it up and you can come up with a variety of different looks. So you're not stuck with just, I suppose, your boring brown. I know there's been a huge number of neutral palettes released over the last couple of years, but I think the Balm is onto a winner with this one, because the mix of colours is genuinely even. And something that I noticed, which I'm not sure if it was deliberate, but it's quite clever. The four colours which are in the four corners are all the cooler tone shades, and the four in the cross are the warmer tones, and then the one in the middle is just a true tone brown. So it's very clever that you got cool, warm, and then true. So, like I said, I'm not sure if that was intentional. It could be I'm just seeing things, but that's how I see the palette, and I think that's pretty cool. Probably my favourite shades would have to be Matte Garcia, Matte Lombardi, and Matte Wood. And between the three of those, I tend to have a look which will do me for most days at work. But the reason why is I need a very light colour over my lids, because I have small eyes and anything dark looks very, very dramatic. So I can use Lombardi as a highlight colour, but I actually use it on my lid. And then Matte Garcia and Matte Wood I use in the crease, and it just deepens it up and gives it a little bit more definition. So those are definitely the three that I've been using the most out of this palette, but I've certainly enjoyed the other colours. I am lucky that I can wear cool tone shadows without any trouble at all, and obviously being a neutral palette, these are not overly cool. They can be worn by pretty well anybody. So I've certainly enjoyed using them, but those three would have to be my favourite. In terms of its price, I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it wasn't that much more expensive than the original Meet Matte palette. So considering that you're getting more than double the amount of shadows for pretty well the same price, it's a pretty good deal. Of course, on the other hand, that's probably saying that the other one wasn't as good a deal, but that's the way things go. I think that for the quantity, these are full-size, or more than full-size eyeshadows. They're very large. They're good quality, so you're not going to regret them. They go on well, and because they are neutral, you can wear them every day. So you really don't have to worry about coming up with looks and thinking, oh, whoops, that's a little too much. So that gives you a bit of an overview. My final thoughts is it's a very good palette and would highly recommend it. You can buy it direct from thebalm.com, which I'll put their link below. I have also seen it on teraz.com.au, which I'll link to their site as well. I think you pay slightly more through them, and you also have to pay for, I think their shipping is a little bit more expensive than the Balm, but I'm not sure if the Balm ships to all countries. I know they do ship to Australia, but yeah, I'm not sure about the rest of them. But yes, I find them to be incredibly creamy, they're well pigmented, they stay, and it's much larger than the last palette. So it's, in my opinion, a 100% improvement on the last Meet Matte palette. So yes, if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to ask. That's my little kitty. Good boy. Yes, please don't hesitate to ask. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. See ya!